Yeah, hi there. These comments are for, I think, Maham. Hey, you got a good question. I've never had this question before, but it certainly is a good one. You say, hi, would you tell me how our writing essay is graded on the TOEFL? I know that they rate it out of 5 in each writing part, but how do they convert it into a scaled score? So please reply to me, as I'm quite worried about my writing score. I received my TOEFL score yesterday. I need 24 in the writing, but unfortunately, my score is 22. I have applied for rescoring the writing section. Do you think I will be able to get 24? I have good marks on the integrated task and a fair mark in the independent essay task. Okay, let's answer your question. Okay, first of all, when they're grading, let's take a look at your writing. Now, I'm using a book right here to give you some information. Let me show it to you here. Hold on. So you can see what I'm doing here. I'm using this book. It's called the Longman Course Preparation, or the Longman Preparation Course for the TOEFL iBT, right? So Deborah Phillips, as well as a few other publishers out there, they've come up with the guidelines that the TOEFL uses. And I'm going to show you kind of the process of what happens. So first of all, you have two different writing tasks. You have the independent writing task, and you said that you got fair, which is not good. But you did good on the integrated writing task. So what these guys are doing is they have kind of like this book has, it's a scoring criteria that they use to grade your independent and integrated writing tasks. So looking at the rubrics, they will read your essay and then they'll figure out which one it is. Now, you'll have at least 2 people who are reading your essay. Now, this is important because this helps you understand how you get your number. So you told me that you had 22 points out of 30, right? And your goal is 24. Now, looking at this particular book, what this means is one of the writers, 22 points means you got 3.50 out of 5 on the writing, which means on your one writing task, you got good, your integrated writing task. So you received a score of 4. Unfortunately, on your independent writing task, you received a score of 3. Now, what does that mean for you? Let's go back and read what 3 means so we can understand the criteria. Okay, so 3. It means that you give a basically accurate response to the question. Your ideas can be understood. However, you have a very basic organization and you haven't given enough details to support your general ideas. Also, you have some problems with how your ideas connect together. Some of your ideas cohesively connect together, and then sometimes they do not. And that's what happened to you during the independent writing task. At least that's what the iBT human raters are saying when they give you that score of 3. Now, in terms of grammar, you have a number of errors in grammar, or you're using very basic grammar accurately. So that's also causing you to get a lower score. Your vocabulary, you have a number of errors in vocabulary, or you're using basic vocabulary fairly accurately. So your score of 3, or fair, on the independent writing task indicates to me that you have vocabulary problems, you have grammar problems, you have some problems organizing your ideas. You can be understood, and you have answered the question, at least basically. So you have some room for improvements. Now, the integrated writing task, you did much better. You answer the question adequately but not thoroughly, which means you can still give some more details to support your ideas. your response is understood. You have an adequate organization and development. Grammar, you're using either basic grammar or a more advanced grammar with errors. And the same thing with vocabulary. You're either using easy vocabulary or more advanced vocabulary with errors. So I think the difference between your integrated task and your independent writing task, you did a better job in terms of developing your ideas and things on the integrated writing task. But now let's go back to your question. So like I told you before, is you got a score, I think, of 4 on your independent writing task. You got a score of 3. You got a score of 4 on the integrated writing task and a score of 3 on the independent writing task, which gives you the score of 3.5. Now you want 24 points, which is the next level up. You just missed it. Now, to do that, you have to have, if you can get close to 4 is going to give you 25 points. So you pretty much need to get 4 on both the independent and the integrated writing task in order to get at least 25 points. Now, what could have happened and what might happen with this next scoring of your writing is they may bring in a third person who will settle the discrepancy. Usually, if one person says 5 and another says 3, then they bring in a third person who will either agree with the higher score or will agree with the lower score, and that settles the discrepancy, and then that ends up giving you what your score is. So your question is, I've applied for the rescoring. Do you think I will be able to get 24? I have good marks in the integrated task and fair in the independent essay writing, so I can't really answer your question directly here. I think it's possible. You just missed it, really. You're only 2 points away, so the thing is you should pray that when they're reading it, that both people agree. If both people can agree, the two iBT human raters who score, they both agree that your independent writing task is better than 3. If they say 4, then you're going to pass. Because if you get 4 and 4, that's going to give you that'll give you 25 points right there. So remember that 5 means 30 points and 0 means 0. And the middle here would be approximately 2 to 2.25 would be 15 points out of 30 right there. That's your mid-range. Anyway, good luck to you. I really do hope you pass. If you don't and you need some additional help, you made the comments over at Better TOEFL Scores. I'd be more than happy to help you a little bit with your writing. We already know exactly what your problems are. You're having some vocabulary, some grammar problems. You're having some problems developing some of your general ideas. Sometimes in your independent writing task, you're not connecting one sentence to another, and that's hurting your organization. So if you do subscribe to my TOEFL system, this is exactly what we need to focus on with you. Now, if you do join my service next week or next month, whatever, you need to remind me what I said because I'm going to forget everything that I told you right now. But anyway, good luck to you, and I really do hope when they rescore it that you do make the 24 points because you're this close. Definitely, you almost made it.